Ugh. Ooh. Sorry, I don't have a lot of upper arm strength. Hi, I'm the talking cartoon character on your screen. You can call me Puff. You might know me from some of my silly little shorts, or maybe you just saw this video on your recommended page. Either way, hi. Welcome. Enjoy your stay. Recently I posted a video asking for you guys to give me your OCs, and I got a lot more responses than I expected. I've been looking for ways to improve my art, so I thought, what better way to draw a unique and diverse array of characters than getting a collection of completely unrelated people's OCs? Anywho, let's get right into it. The first character I looked at was from this kind soul on TikTok. This is Vexa. Vexa, I hope I'm saying her name right. I really loved her design, the one horn and the very cohesive color scheme of the whole character. It's very simple, but it's very pleasing to look at. With this character, I decided to focus on anatomy and perspective. In the end, this was probably my least favorite drawing out of all of them, mostly because the anatomy it wasn't really it. I tried to focus on this difficult angle that I feel like most artists will agree sucks to draw, with the character, looking up and you can see their chin. For some reason, that is very hard to draw. But you don't improve by not trying anything new. First, I was going to have her lying down, taking a selfie, but it was really awkward framing, so I put her into this vaguely standing up pose, still taking a selfie, of course. That's probably something that added to the weird looking anatomy. I do realize now that I probably could have just made the canvas wider, but what's the fun in that? I played around a lot with the sketch because I couldn't quite get it right. I'm not really sure what it is, but I'm sure if I revisit it in the future, I'll probably figure it out. I also really struggle with dresses and long flowy fabrics, which you could probably see in the speed paint. I definitely need more practice with it. I didn't actually notice until later that she has a $sign in her right eye, which is honestly such a fun detail. Overall, there's not much to say about this one, other than I definitely need to improve on my anatomy. For our second character, we have Xenon Meyers. Again, hope I'm saying that right. Also called Zai, from another person on TikTok. I really wanted to explore how to render with this one. I mean, he's kind of got everything. He's got scars, makeup, techie metal stuff. It's great. In the sketch, I was kind of struggling to replicate the facial proportions of the original because I didn't want to, erase the features of the character. Same face syndrome is real, and I want to stay as far away from it as possible. I really love the little techie eye patch he has. I didn't realize until too late how cool it would have been to flip the angle of the face so that you could see how it hooked around the ear and stuff until too late. But hey, it's alright. You can't win everything. This angle let me actually render the makeup on his cheek though, so I can't complain too much. I didn't really know what I was doing with the coloring, but I decided to take some inspiration from Arcane. Peak of Peak, by the way. In the end, I pretty much just painted on varying colors until it looked good, which actually worked surprisingly well. The makeup at first was kind of sticking out like a sore thumb. It really just looked like a PNG I slapped on top. So to remedy that, I ended up sort of feathering out the edges to blend into the rest of the skin, and add some shading so it looked like it was actually moving with the contours of the face. This character is just so cool. I have a certain soft spot for dyed hair. It just brings out so much character to a character. I'm actually very happy with how this one turned out. I'm quite pleased with the shading and whatnot. Also, I almost forgot to add the little freckles and moles he has, which we all know would have been an absolute crime. But I ended up adding them quickly at the end, so don't worry. for our third and final character, we've got this person's D&D character. I love D&D. I never actually got this character's name, but I mean, just look how cool this guy is. I very much have a place in my heart for fawn, satyr, or just any half-animal characters, and just fantasy in general. And I have no idea why. Probably something to do with the whimsical nature of it all. I have this oldish fawn OC called Autry, and trigger warning for old art, that I would draw all the time for that exact reason. Anyway, on this character I honestly focused less on the actual character, because I was practicing my drumroll please backgrounds and composition, I guess. Aww. I knew right away that I wanted to create this very serene and natural scene. I struggled a bit at first until I decided to have him sitting on a fallen tree. Yep. This character has so many fun little details that I almost missed multiple times, but there's no way I'm gonna wimp out on the details of a D&D character. I mean, come on. You just know every little detail is probably important to that character's story. Plus, it just looks cool. At first, I was going to try this lineless look and block out the colors with the lasso tool, but I very quickly came to the conclusion that it looked horrible. So I started it over and began lining it. I was a bit torn between including the character in the same line art as the background, but ultimately I decided not to, so that it was easier to color him later. The only issue I was worried I'd face was the character standing out too much from the background and looking like a PNG slapped onto a different drawing. That's my worst fear if you can't tell. But it ended up being fine, so I guess I didn't have to worry about it. I didn't want the character to stand out, but I still wanted to draw focus to him. This is where composition comes in, yeah! I made sure to have any loose sort of line art to point to the character to draw focus to him, like the dinky little tree and the ferns behind him, as well as just making the colours of the background lighter as they got closer to the character. This really helps to bring the eye towards the character or towards whatever you want the piece to focus on. So I definitely recommend using this technique if you haven't already. I didn't spend too much time on the shading because by this point I was sick of drawing, but also because the study was more focused on the actual background and composition, etc. This is definitely my favourite out of all the pieces though. Well, that's all I've got for today. Drawing all of these characters really got me curious as to what their stories were, so I'd love to hear what your character stories are from the comments. I love hearing what other people have to say about their character, and I'm sure everyone loves talking about them. Yes, even you. No, not you. Scoot over. Yeah, you. There's a lot more people that sent through their characters, so if you guys are at all interested, and if this video goes well, I might have to make a part 2. Anyway, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, especially if you got to this point in the video. YouTube thinks you like this one, so yeah, go watch it. And thank you for watching this one. Okay, see you some other time, I guess.